Hello and welcome to day number 2 of PAX. We're back after both a quieter and a more hands-on day. So what were some of the things that kind of caught your eye, Brendan, today?
So today, I guess I was kind of surprised by this, and at the same time a bit excited. With the Saints Row 4 stuff. Now this time around you get superpowers, which it's kind of hard to think about how much more ridiculous they can get from here. But it was so fun. Just I couldn't stop smiling the whole time I was playing it, which is something I'm not often getting from games these days. Which doesn't mean to say that the games I've been playing are bad. Just they're not just stupid fun.
I got a real Crackdown vibe from it.
Yeah, definitely. And Crackdown's all about being a superhuman, better than everyone else, stronger, faster, to quote that song, I guess. But yeah, it's really, really, really fun. Did you try flying?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I got stuck doing. I didn't initially. I went for kind of the first objective I could find, and that wasn't as fun as I'd.
Well, I really didn't try any of the objectives. I mostly just punched people, ran around at top speed and broke cars and tried out all the powers and the weapons. The dubstep gun, that's a gun I'm going to be using for the whole game.
A lot, yeah.
Bit of a shame there were no anal probes. It's got to be said, They're kind of a...
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's in and what's out. Because that's the only thing we kind of know won't be in it. But
yeah,
I've got a feeling that there'll be other bits and pieces probably cut, so they guarantee it gets through classification.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny too that they call it the Australian edition.
Yeah, like it was some kind of I don't know, something extra special.
Yeah. It seems more like a little jab at at the Australian ratings board that the rest of the world gets the proper edition, and Australia can have the Australian edition, which is much worse. But yeah, I guess as well as that, there was the Sonic Lost World. That's looked fun for a while, and I've been pretty amped about that. And my suspicions were confirmed that it's going to be a really good game. I played it on 3DS, but I'll probably get it on Wii U. But yeah, on the 3DS, ran fine. Gameplay's really smooth. You feel really fast, but it doesn't control like a lot of other bad Sonic games. And yeah, it's really, really fun. I know you didn't get a chance to play it, but
no,
it's something to look out for.
There was a long wait on the 3DS stuff.
There was such a long wait. Like, it wasn't a queue exactly. It was just whoever sat down on the seat after the person got up. And that really got me a few times because I'd moved somewhere I thought someone would move from. And the person I was standing behind would then get up. Yeah. So I'd missed my chance. It was, a bit sad. But I got in eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about you? What caught your eye?
So I think there's kind of two things that caught my eye that didn't really get our hands on with. We kind of ducked into the Konami room, and the new Ninja Gaiden looked really interesting. We only kind of sat watching for a couple of minutes, but it looked really, stylized and stuff like that. I don't know the name of that. I know it's got some weird long kind of, and it's kind of...
I think there's X in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's a bit more humorous. But I was just really surprised. Like, it kind of looked like I was playing like a Ninja Gaiden game, but didn't look like one at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if it'll be as hard as the other ones.
Yeah, I don't think 3 was as hard, from what I understand. Like, I didn't play it because it just was kind of critically panned, but... and I kind of caught World of Tanks, which was... I've been kind of on the edge of playing World of Tanks, and it was actually they had a 4v4 match of like cat and mouse, and the idea being that, the cats have to kill 4 tanks, and they have to, the kind of the mouse tank side have to survive as long as they possibly can, or to the end of the match. And it was just really interesting because the guy was on this big screen, the guy was kind of commenting on it, and it was just like all the techniques they used and stuff like that. And while I've kind of found the League of Legends stuff really funny to watch, and the guy was a bit of an idiot that was commentating, but it was just kind of really interesting to watch. And I've just drawing a mental blank as the game that I actually played that I really liked was Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yeah.
We played some Mercs versus Spies, and I just owned Brendan the whole time for the.
So embarrassing.
In all fairness, I've played the games before.
Just take this one. Just take this victory.
No. I'm a big fan of that, and it's good to see that stuff was back. They kind of had forgotten that they didn't have any multiplayer in Conviction, and I actually watched a walkthrough of one of the levels, and that felt like a kind of a combination of the Conviction stuff, but also like some other options. Like they had like lethal and non-lethal choices, and there was literally like an icon that kind of said, all of these are your non-lethal ones and these are your lethal ones, and you actually get rewarded like with like money essentially, but based on how you kind of play the stealth side of it, which looks really intriguing. Looks really nice, like, you know, obviously it's still an Xbox game or a PS3 game, but yeah, it looks quite pretty.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was very pretty.
Yeah.
That multiplayer stuff was really fun. That's the first experience I've had of Mercs versus Spies, and very, very interesting.
It's quite stressful. Like, you don't kind of know when people are sneaking up on you, and yeah.
And the shift from third to first person was really strange. Like when I started as a spy, so I started in third person, and then when I moved into the Merc team, like going into first person, it was like, whoa, everything's really big now, and my gun's huge, and I'm not as quick.
Yeah.
But it was still fun. Yeah, very fun. I did prefer the Spies, especially for a Splinter Cell game, but still, lots of fun.
Yeah, they do kind of make the Mercs a bit clunkier to kind of balance it out a little bit. I think, you know, if it had like kind of Call of Duty Freedom as a first person shooter, it would be really quite unfair to
yeah, definitely.
Guy trying to sneak up on you.
There were a few really awesome moments in that, actually. Like, there was one point where
which time that I killed you was it awesome?
It was everyone but you I could kill. There was one guy who spotted me and then followed me around a corner, and I was waiting for him around that corner, and as soon as he came through the doorway, I just killed him. It was great. But yeah, do you know much about it? Like, because my favourite Splinter Cell's been Chaos Theory.
Yeah.
That was my favourite. So is it going to be more like that, or more like towards the double agent sort of stuff?
I don't know. I don't really have a sense of the story. And it looks like it's pre-Conviction, but I don't know if they're kind of doing it as a reboot of some sort. Like, you know, they don't have Michael Ironside as the voice. And, you know, there was this whole thing of his daughter dying and all that kind of stuff. And did she end up being dead? I can't remember if she ended up being dead in the end. I think it was like a trick or something like that. Anyway, the story was unimportant. But, yeah, I honestly don't know kind of where it's set in the universe or kind of what the tone is. But there seemed to be, you know, a good mix of old stuff and new stuff. Like, it was a bit more fluid, the combat and stuff like that. They now have like dogs that can smell you and stuff like that, and yeah, like it looked cool. Yeah. So what didn't impress you all that much today?
What didn't impress me? Well, there was certain driver's driving ability while we were waiting for a go of driving simulator equipment, and he crashed into almost every wall, drove down every wrong lane, couldn't find out how to reverse a car. It was just terrible. We were waiting there for half an hour for him to finish, and even then we just jumped on a different one after that because he still hadn't finished.
Yeah, he was really, really bad.
Yeah, it was just...
I don't think he even knew how to brake. Like, he just...
No, he just... straight into those walls. But in terms of actual PAX stuff, I don't know. I can't really think of anything particularly bad today.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a lack of interesting panels. Well, for me anyway, because a lot of them were filling out. But
yeah.
Nothing really today that stood out, especially for me. We couldn't really get a table either to try out a board game. And there's a lot of free space as well that they could have used with tables and stuff. Like there's table 20 tables that just aren't being used.
Yeah. And yeah, you can just imagine if you sat down at one of them, one of the enforcers is going to go, can't use that.
Yeah, definitely. But it's their job.
Yeah, absolutely. It's understandable. Yeah, I think they need to maybe think about that kind of space. Either fill it with more, like make their panels bigger so more people can go to them.
Yeah.
Or provide more space, kind of thing. Although I was, they had this wonderful retro gaming thing.
Oh yeah.
Which was just like for me, it was just like my entire life of gaming, and even stuff that I'd never seen. Like I'd never seen like some of these Panasonic systems, and there was like a Famicom there. Like I'd never been up close with the actual Famicom. It was just really, really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just so impressive that they had all this kind of old stuff.
Because when I think retro, I think back to like the SNES and the NES, and I was expecting a lot of those, but then it was well further back.
Well, because we played an Amiga game.
Yeah, and you absolutely schooled me.
But like, I was just impressed they even have working joysticks, because I just remember having to replace them like constantly. They'd always like end up going left or to the right and never going back. So, yeah.
So what didn't you like?
Yeah, like I think yeah, there was that frustration. There was a couple of panels that I would have liked to have gone to, but there was one on perception of portrayal of gamers in media, and don't bother, don't line up for stuff like that. There was a Borderlands 2 one, which obviously they announced something at, which was really surprising.
Yeah.
But like I just knew straight away that would have been a waste of time to go to, because of the venue and stuff like that. As far as games went, I was kind of unimpressed by the new Mario World, Super Mario World. It felt like 3D Mario Land, which was a great game, but I just it was good because it was in 3D. It kind of played with the kind of depth and stuff like that, and I just was like, this isn't what I want from a 3D Mario game.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, you could always buy a 3D TV.
Yeah.
And use that if you really want that 3D Mario.
Yeah, but they played with the puzzles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like it was terrible. It's just like it was a little bit like New Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, I've played this before.
Yeah, definitely.
Although we played Pikmin, which was fun.
That was very fun. I'm super excited for that next week.
There was lots of good stuff. I wanted to catch Rome Total War and got rejected, because supposedly it was like a 45-minute demo, which seems like bad planning on their behalf. Oh, and you liked that game too, the Energizer game thing, didn't you? That game.
Oh yeah, there was that odd sort of Energizer button press game where random lights would turn on, and I had a go of it. I wasn't too bad. It wasn't great, but then
there was some technique to it.
Yeah, there was some special strategy to it, that there's these 3 guys that had done it all day yesterday and come back and have done it all day today again, and they won yesterday and they won today as well, and first prize is like $100.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much paying for their PAX trip to just play that all day, and yeah, I don't know how exciting that really is to do it all day.
No, it's a good novelty thing. I think there'll be some footage. I got some footage of that, so that'll be good to
get to see how good I am at that.
Yeah.
Or how good I'm not.
So it's our final day of PAX tomorrow. I think we're planning on seeing Penny Arcade Q&A. Although we saw something today, but I guess we can kind of talk all about that tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm going to catch Rome Total War. I intend on doing that. And I think we're going to see a panel with Jeff Canada, who's he's on a number of YouTube stuff, but he's also part of Weekend Confirmed. And we'll probably wrap from Melbourne Domestic Airport tomorrow night. So while we wait for our flight.
How exciting.
So thanks again, and we'll